game. It looks cool. I'm interested. I want to play it. That's why we're here. I feel like that's pretty good. Let's go. We're starting it. We're starting it. New game. Let's go. I'm intrigued. I'm very intrigued. Ooh, that looks cool. Oh, did it crash? I just started it. Has it crashed already? Hey, I'm Stuffy. Thank you for the follow. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Oh. Hello? Oh, hello? They thought of the faraway grave on the plain. They thought of the comrade who came not again. They lifted their glasses and sadly they said, oh. We drink to the name of the mate who was dead. Henry Lawson. It's too bloody damp down here. I know we're underground, but I don't suppose there are any windows we could open? There's a ventilation duct here somewhere. Maddie, mind opening it up? Get some fresh air circulating? Other end's blocked right now. There's a dumpster sitting on top of it. You'll have to grin and bear it. I am very intrigued. Can we hurry this up? Calm your farm, old man. We're well aware it takes a while to set up. I don't appreciate your tone. Alright, sorry. At the very least, can we turn some lights on? With all the rubbish you've got scattered around the place, I'd like to at least know where I'm putting my feet. Alright. Ashley, would you mind? How many characters is there? Hold on. Okay. Oh, what the fuck? So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? Is that 5? Or is that something else? Thanks. There you go. You're more organized than last time, I see. Practice makes perfect. Hey, Maddie. How much more wire do we need? I think that's enough. Great. Now. Che? What's up, little P? I found you a chair. Oh, thank you. Why does he get a chair? Aren't we doing all the work? I want a chair. So, this whole thing. Surely it's not legal, yeah? Maddie wasn't clear on that. Yeah, oh, I got it confused. Yeah, the council found it confronting. For some reason, for good reason, I suppose. Because it utterly upsets the natural order. Mate. It's not just bureaucracy, you know what I'm trying to say. Shush, you. Most rules can be bent, after all. Ugh. And Maddie has a particular fascination with breaking rules, as I'm sure you've realized. Hey, don't give her all the credit. Blah. Is this related to her gambling for time? Mm-hmm. So, the transfer. Well, it's the same sort of magic we're doing now, yes. Small scale, though. Doing it on a larger scale requires a bit more preparation. The council successfully suppressed all available information about it, though. For good reason! What happens if something goes wrong? Well, you don't tend to mess it up more than once. I'll try it again after you fail, for that matter. Stubborn scholars notwithstanding. What do you even call this sort of magic, then? Question's irrelevant, because it's banned. Extremely cool? That's what I call it! Well, by definition, it's a conduit ritual. But hey, we're among friends, so we can call it what it really is. Ooh. Hey, yo. Necromancy. Oh, wait, what? Wait, we're bringing people back to the... What? We finished the prologue, that was quick. So, we're bringing people back to life? Is that what we're doing? Like, what? God, she walks so slow. From your hazy memories, a certain word calls out to you. Necromancy. You try desperately to remember what it means. What it meant, sorry. Necromancy. Is that breathing? Is that heavy breathing I'm hearing? Oh, I'm supposed to click on it. Oh. Death. Ugh. I'm not being funny. This is giving me, like... This game came out before Mouthwash, but this is giving me very Mouthwashy vibes. Like, very heavily. So, I wonder if Mouthwash was maybe inspired a little bit. This fragment of a memory stays with you. Piece together the past. Remember what transpired. And never forget. You are. I am what? Dead? Scattered, practice, bureaucracy, fascination, disheveled, ritual hours, detective, messy, callous, energy. Damn, you got a big personality if you got all of them. Like, Jesus. Where's my phone person? Oh. Hello? Oh, we move. We can move. This looks so cool. Hello? Is this a book? Oh, it's a cafe, but with, like, books and stuff. Press and hold left click to inspect a memory. This is a memory? Wait. Is it this? Oh, this. Maddie's rules. 1. We welcome both living and dead. Patrons will be served in the order they arrived. 2. Don't ask who's alive. It's rude. If someone wants you to know, they'll tell you. 3. The dead have 24 hours to spend within the premises before moving on. Strictly enforced. 4. No, we don't have Wi-Fi. 5. Report broken items and other anomalies to staff. We can't clean up your broken glass or spatial rift if we don't know about it. 6. Don't feed the eidolons. They can't eat, and offering them food just reminds them of that cruel fact. Aww, that's actually kind of sad. Okay, is that it? Ooh. The sensitivity, can I put the sensitivity up a bit? The sensitivity's a little... Oh, whoops. That's a bit better. There we go. Oh, whoops, wrong button. Oh. So we have to remember what happened before we do the ritual? Or is this after the ritual? This has got to be before the ritual, right? Because it's memories, so... Part 1. Who puts coffee in a glass cup? Oh, it's probably not actually coffee. I'm just giving them shite. The terminal. Carlton, Victoria, Australia 3053. Excerpts from online reviews. Pretty remarkable, unremarkable coffee. Barista speaks Chinese, but exclusively uses it to mock people to their faces. I am very self-conscious about my top hat now. Yes! Observed little girl running around cafe with knife, unsupervised. Where the Came down with deep sense of ennui after visiting? I don't know what that word means. That's a new word. Was rudely told to stop being a big dweebus after complaining about burnt taste in coffee. Don't be a dweebus, dude. Like, just don't be a dweebus. This coffee is some of the best I've ever had. 5 stars. Disclosure, I have no taste buds. We appreciate the support. Appreciate the support. The door closes. Hello? Hey, mate. You right? Ah! You can see me? Clear as day, yeah. What can I get you? I've been walking around for hours. Nobody was talking to me. I don't even know how I got in here. I think you'll find it was via the front door. Okay. This poor guy is obviously, terrified, and you're just being like, to the photo. Huh, okay. Right. Where am I? This dearly departed is the terminal. Carlton's finest. Departed? They say our coffee's to die for. Oh my god, okay. So, I don't really know how to go about this. Ask me anything, man. You're not the first disheveled dead guy to drop in, and I'm sure you won't be the last. What does everyone else ask? They genuinely ask, what does everyone else ask? Ah, shit. And they always say that. Then there's the embarrassed silence. Alright, I get it. You make a habit of bullying everyone who comes through, or just the pitiful ones. It's almost exclusively the latter. I guess that's consistent. Always felt like people saw me as a pitiful guy. Sorry, I was actually just kidding there. No, you're right. I'm a fucking sad sack. Boss hated me, family hated me, work sucked. Just like everything else about me. Now I'm never even gonna have a chance to make things better for myself. That's it. Stick a fork in me. I'm done. Hey, come on. And now I'm sitting in a cafe for dead people falling apart in front of the barista. Mate, pull it together! Get your shit! Put it together! Number 1 rule, no breakdowns in the cafe, please. I promise, man, you are okay. I know how it is. Are you dead? No, and I don't know if you read the rules outside, but... God, I did, yes. I can't even get that right. In that case, you'll also have to read that you have 24 hours left before you gotta move on to the next place. And I don't think you want to spend them having one long, extended panic attack. 24 hours? Ah, shit. What I'm saying is, everything's okay. Just take some deep breaths. We'll sort this out. I'm sorry. I don't want to be a fuss. Cafe's empty. It's not like I've got anything else going on. Don't worry about it. Are you sure? I'm kind of a burden. You're not, promise. Chin up, mate. Let me tell you about the building. It's got some cool history. So the first time I came here was about 4 years ago. And that's why you should never ever serve a martini to a dead biker, even if he specifically asks for one. What the fuck? Bikers ordered martinis? Huh. Out of all the possible ways to react to that, that's one I certainly didn't expect. Yeah, no point in seeking eternal vengeance if you're gonna have to leave in a few hours anyway. It kinda strips it of meaning, you know? There's no way to tell whether you'll even care once you cross over. But then again, maybe I'm just being a buzzkill about it. Shouldn't go around policing people's reactions to things. I'm still wrapping my head around all this. Death, that is. Feels weird to say it, doesn't it? Why is my nose blocked, dude? Weird. Yeah, that's the word. So you said most people don't ever find out how they died before they pass? Even if they get murdered or something? Yep. Most people don't die from murder. It's mostly sickness. Or old age. Or lawnmower accidents. Well, they call them accidents, but really, loads of lawnmowers are possessed by evil spirits. That said... Alright, hold on a moment. Yeah, thank you! Lawnmowers have spirits in them? They have spirits in them. That's a new thing. Did you see that thing I made? I did see. It was really cool. You did a really good job with it. You can't just drop that and move on. Possess lawnmowers? Seriously? Anything with spinning blades attracts them. Garden equipment, blenders, power saws. Why is that yellow? Why is that yellow? Why is this foreshadowing? Are we gonna have a haunted blender? They're a real pain in the ass. Gotta do at least 1 or 2 exorcisms a month on the coffee grinder. That's wild. face, bro. He's losing it. So, I know I'm breaking the rules again, but how many people in here are dead? Yeah. It's a cafe for dead people. Does that mean it's everyone? Or are some of these people just really into ghost cafes? Face, dude. A little of column A, a little of column B. Plenty of models come through, but this is one of the only crossing points in the country, so we get a lot of your type. That's also why the rent is so high, because these vampires who own the place know we get a lot of foot traffic. There's now vampires in this bitch? What else are we supposed to be expecting in this? Literal vampires? No, like boomers, landlord class. Ah, same thing, I guess. What? What? So, to answer your question, there are 9 customers in here right now. Out of those 9, yourself included, I'd say 4 or 5 of them are just passing through on their way to the next place. How can you tell? Once you've worked here for a while, you get a sort of sixth sense for this kind of thing. Gotcha. Speaking of sixth senses, I've got one for trouble. His face, dude. I love the expressions in this game so much. You have 2 sixth senses? Good point. Oh. Hello, Ashley. Ashley had adopted the cafe staff a couple years back, much in the same way that a puppy adopts a squeaky toy. She was the kind of ferociously smart kid who absorbed information like a sponge, but only used it to cause trouble. Today, she was accompanied by a stench of motor oil and brought with her a look that said, "I'm an evil genius." She was mostly right about that one. Alright, I know that look. Spit it out. What? I don't know what you're talking about. Cut the crap, kid. What are you after? I'm busy dealing with a customer. I'm not really needing any attention. Shut up, Kishan. I need an extra pair of hands, and none of my Ashlings are around to help. Don't you have any clumps? We got a bunch for your birthday last month. They're all being used for other important things. They were not. Pretty sure I saw one on the table upstairs earlier. No, I really need a helper. Ashley, I'm busy. Please. Hey, I could probably... Please. I could... Come on, Ashley, you've got to let us work. I'm not going to get anything done down here if I have to keep going upstairs to find the screwdrivers you've misplaced. But... Hey, no dice. What about Shay? He can help me. But what about... He's emptying the dishwasher. Sounds familiar? It should, because I told you to do it an hour ago. Oh. It's really no trouble. Oh! Why don't I take this guy? Only thing he's busy with is being dead. What a lovely way to put it. Hey, come on. Ashley, I'm not gonna argue with you about this. I'm sure he would rather relax than be bossed around. Also, manners. We've talked about this. You've got to be more respectful in front of customers. Please. I'm happy to go upstairs. Really, it's fine. I don't have anything else going on, apart from being dead. And I'm super dead. I'm cool with it. I am Kishan, very dead guy. Happy to help. You sure? I can just send her back upstairs. Promise, it's fine. I'd just sit around and be a pain otherwise. Perfect. Come on, peon. We've got work to do. Who the fuck is peon? Ashley wasn't getting enough attention. But with Maddie's newfound responsibilities, some sacrifices had to be made. That meant the kid would just have to occupy herself more often than not. She still felt guilty as hell about it, and... You know, I reckon this place needs more plants. Jesus Christ, Jay! What did that poor glass do to you, my guy? What did he do to you? You're gonna give me a heart attack, you old bastard. What's on your mind? Head in the clouds, as per usual. Did I look like I was thinking weighty thoughts? Excruciatingly so. What's going on? Nothing important. Just resting. Just my resting bitch face. Nope. This one's different. How so? Your facial expression has reminded me of the time you tried to fist fight that cosplayer. Oh, the samurai? The one who barged in, waving his gift store katana around and demanding satisfaction after I refused to put 15 shots in his coffee. Weirdly specific. What's it look like? Looks like you just got threatened with 1,000-fold Nippon steel. It's a precious memory, so I remember it very clearly. A mix of deep disgust, a whole bunch of derision, and a tiny pinch of pity. Yep, that's me. What a mood. I love this. You alright though? Real talk. I'm fine. I'm actually fine. Oh, let's not talk about it, fine. The second one. Fair. Office still open if you'd like to talk things out. In the meantime, sorry, can I grab that tea towel? My hands are wet. Oh, yeah, here you go. So, did the dishes need hand washing, or? I'm sure I told Ashley to empty the dishwasher earlier. Thank you for liking! Thank you so much! I love you guys so much! I'm doing good though, Georgie. I'm doing really good. Nah, things busted. Door latch wasn't close. Might call the repairman. Ashley shouldn't wash him by hand anyway, sorry. Her arm would corrode. So, I did it. Not a problem. Yeah, fair enough. So, like I mentioned, it'll need a repair. Unless you want to let Ashley at it. I'll call the repairman myself. But our landline stopped working last week. We have a landline? Yes. Yes, ancient technology. An inelegant tool for a less civilized age. Only works when you pay the bill, though. I don't know if it'd be cheaper to get it repaired. Or just to buy a new one and give Ashley the old one for parts. What's this game? It is Necrobarista. She reminds me of like a younger Anya. This game gives me very heavily like mouthwashing vibes a little bit. But it's basically, well, we don't know just yet. We don't know. But basically this cafe is where the dead come through when they die and they just have a coffee and chill for 24 hours before they gotta pass on. And these are the people that work here. The costs are pretty close, all things considered. Hey, don't work too hard. You'll worry yourself into an early grave. Hey, you spent 50 years digging holes. That sounds like a pretty tough work, old man. Ow! Oh man! For your information, I'm barely, 170-ish. I'm failing to see the inaccuracy. It was during a literal gold rush. Everyone was doing it. Only thing different about me is that I eventually started digging up things more interesting than gold. Only kind of gold I'm interested in is brown gold. Coffee. I mean coffee. Shut up. Hey, so... I know it's just another stress on the stress pile, but I think we need to put in an order for more kitchenware soon. Yeah, another thing that costs money. We're beginning to run out of cutlery though. Keeps disappearing and not sure where. I don't know how long it can wait before we get more. I don't know if we can afford it this month. Just, you know, everything's a bit too pricey right now. Doesn't help that the coffee cartels keep pushing prices up. I don't think the importer is part of a cartel. They're quite nice. I've seen photos of their kids. You ever spoken to them? They're obviously criminals with the prices they charge. Wholesale my ass. And yet we keep buying from them. Well, yeah. The beans are good, man. It's just everything else on top of them that's stressing me out. Oh, yes. I'll happily accept the blame for some of that. It's fine. You don't have to. I know it's all on me. I've just got to figure out how to pay everything off. Everything. And everyone. Oh! The shitty council of death and the doubly shitty time debt we owe to them are the last things I want to think about right now. I've lost enough sleep over it already. Hey, I'm here to help. I'm worried about you, you know? You've had a lot of responsibility dropped on you in a very short period of time. And I can't help but feel a little bit culpable for that. I know. Yeah, I know. And you, I can't thank you enough. Shh. It's alright. Hold yourself together. We'll figure it out as a team, just like we always have. I just don't want to deal with it, you know? I get it. I don't want you to feel like I'm imposing or interfering too much. I know the cafe is yours now. And even though things are a bit much at the moment, I know I keep saying this, Maddie, but I don't know how much time we have to deal with all of this before things start falling apart. Things are already falling apart. Aww. But you're gonna have to face reality at some point. You know that, right? Che! Oh my god, yes, I know! I don't need any more reminders from you. Back off, man. The council's always on my mind. I can't escape them. My best is all I can do, okay? Just because you're my best friend and my old boss and my mentor doesn't mean I need you preaching at me about how I can need to deal with all my problems. Because they're my problems now, not yours. Alright, no worries. I'll give you some space. Might go check on Ashley. You seen her recently? She's upstairs. Dragged a customer up there talking about clamps or something. I'd better go rescue them then. Be back in a bit. That was a bit harsh. She's just trying to help you, man. Like, you are obviously showing how stressed you are and how, like, in your head you are. Of course he's gonna react like, hey, I can help you. Like, I can try and do something. We can figure... Like, of course he's gonna try and comfort you. That's just... It's just how friends are. You can't just, like, blame him for that, you know? It's just not fair. Shit. He's right, isn't he? Yes! Yes, he is! Oh my god. We really could use some more plants. So, we're gonna strap a big old steak knife to it and make them fight each other. I love it. This is gonna be great. I want to build something that gets put on that TV show Battle Royale with flamethrowers on it. You're not gonna put one on this little guy, are you? A flamethrower? Probably not. But I want you to record the fight on my phone so we can send it to the producers. Yeah, sure thing. Let's get this knife attached. Pass me those zip ties. Zip ties! A knife! Knife! In my coffee! Are you sure? Who even gave you that? Coffee! Damn it! It's empty. My coffee's empty, Kashan. The world is beginning to vibrate. Maybe it's good that your cup runneth empty, yeah? I think my cup needs to run it with more espresso in it. How many shots did you put in there? Too many, Kashan! But did anyone ask Icarus how many shots of espresso he had? Yeah, I'm reading a book about Icarus. He flew to the sun. I'm cultured. In unrelated news, I have a headache. She's so fucking stupid. I love every second though. It's just so stupid. I think you might want to read a little more about Icarus. There's a twist ending to that one. I'm holding a knife, Kashan! No spoilers! No spoilers, promise! Alright, Che, just say hi. Try not to get a knife slung at you this time. This time. You got this. Hey, kids. Intruder! Kashan, my buddy, my pal. Did I get him? No. You missed. Damn it. But wait, You threw it on purpose? Extremely on purpose, yes. I'm fine, by the way. Oh, it's just you. Could it have been worse if it was someone else? Probably. Unless they were an actual spy, come to steal my robot designs. Then it would have been good. Hey, I think I'm crashing. Oh no. Is she okay? Did I kill her? She'll wake up in about 15 minutes with no ill effects. But you probably shouldn't give her any more coffee. She turns into a real goblin. Hi, Marissa. Also, thank you for liking. I really appreciate you. Oh, she told me that I'd make her immeasurably powerful. I mean, she's not wrong, but, you know, great power, great responsibility, yada yada yada. She's 13. Kid's got plenty of energy already. Maybe not the sense of responsibility, though. Hey, yeah, I don't even know how I ended up sitting here attaching knives to robots. She's very convincing? You don't have to tell me, mate. She basically lives here. Her parents would kill me if they found out she's already killed. She'd nearly killed me. Pretty good blind throw, though. She makes me proud in the weirdest ways. Huh. Did she learn from the best? She did, but the best definitely wasn't me. Maddie's pretty deadly with knives. Loves her flashy tricks. Bad habit, probably. She just starfished on the floor. Anyway, I'm sorry. I'm being very rude. My name's Jay. I used to own this place, but now I just sort of sit around and cause trouble and sometimes have knives thrown at me, I guess. I'm Kishan, and I died today. God dang. This feels so heavy already. Like, it feels so heavy. But I'm here for it. I am so here for it. By the way, biology went amazing. It was really easy. I'm really proud of you. Ah! I'm alive. I'm alive. Oof, we got a lot on here. Oh, be nice. You know it's scary waking up. Big lights coming towards me. I think it's reliving its last moments. Looks like it. Why are they? What is happening? Hello. I do not remember having this many limbs. Join the club, pal. What the fuck? You're reborn in a new image. I see. I'm oh, whoops, I said that completely wrong. I'm Kepler. Nice to meet you. And I am Jacoby. I am undefined. I don't know if that name will stick. Its body is made of a milk carton. Should we call it milk? So it is a milk carton. I wondered what it was. No, too basic. Imagine if you called me Goon just because I'm made of a goon box. I wouldn't like that at all. Welcome back, Lily. Ashley was yelling about someone called Lovelace the other day. That's a good one, I think. How does our new friend feel about him? Acceptable? Lily, thank you for the heart me. Thank you so much. Excellent. Nice to meet you, Lovelace. Oh, I have no idea what's going on, but I'm actually enjoying the ride. So is this like the punishment for what they did at the start? Is that they have to work here as like a punishment? Is that what the debt is? Is that she has to pay back what she did? Look at you, turning into a responsible human being. During intermissions at the end of episodes, you can freely explore the terminal. Memories are scattered throughout the terminal that delve into the tales of its patrons. More locations and memories become available as you progress through the main story. Okay. So now we just kind of look around for stuff. Oh my god, that looks so cool. What the fuck? That's sick. Ashley's journal. Robot Royale Robot Power Rankings. Windless. When I first saw the name of this bot, I thought it was styled to be like a girl who could run control storms and run like a ninja. A real lass of the world. Or maybe a girl of the elements, someone with the ability to become the wind itself. If I were a windless, I would vanish in an instant whenever Maddie appeared. She would look around and say, "Where's Ashley?" And I would be right there, but she wouldn't notice it because I would be one with the wind. Then when she left, I would fit back into the room like a ninja. This would only work outside in the rooms that are really breezy, so I should probably set up fans in the workshop to make it really drafty. Then I looked it up online and learned that windlass is actually a fancy name for a winch used to pull anchors up, which at first made me think this bot was lame. It works by hooking its arm under enemy bots and pulling up to flip them over. It never even tries to smash heal the bot to bits or melt it with fire. But then I watched it in action and realized that flipping your enemy on their back to incapacitate them is the ultimate ninja move. Windlass moves like a master, spending the entire match trying to bait its opponent into exposing its weakness. And then, like a ninja master that knows how to jab at exactly the right pressure points at the back of the neck to make her enemy's head explode, Windlass grabs the enemy bot by the one part of it that happens to be sticking out at the wrong time and flips it onto its back. No, most bots only have wheels or legs on the bottom, not on the top, so when you flip them over, they're really totally helpless and the match is over. To avoid this happening, make sure to put wheels on the top as well. When I make a bot like Windlass, I'm gonna call it Badass, because that's what it is. Bless her. She seems so sweet. Like, how did she end up in a place like this? Can I go in here? No. Okay. Oh, hello. Oh, that's how we continue. Okay. Now I want to keep exploring a little bit. There's gotta be more than just Ashley's journal. Yeah. Thinking about alchemy the wrong way. Oh. Hi, Deacon. Highlighted passages from the Thinking About Alchemy the Wrong Way by Sophie Cordova. Most study of alchemy throughout the history can be categorized on either practical alchemy, that is alchemy which aims to understand the world only as well as it's needed to fulfill certain utilitarian ends, and philosophical alchemy, that is alchemy which aims to come to a more complete understanding of the world as it is, without prejudice for which portions of an alchemical understanding can be wielded to ulterior ends. In the modern alchemy movement, there has been a tendency within literature to place a greater emphasis on philosophical alchemy, based on the premise that coming to a more complete and correct understanding of the universe is the best way for us to discover new practical methods for the physical use of alchemy. May those words too big for you, they are very big. Much of this is based on the modern scientific movement and the post-Enlightenment era, much like our understanding of theoretical physics gives us more acute models of physical reality, which have real applications in engineering. Having a better understanding of alchemy on a philosophical level informs our practice of alchemy. However, it may be that this focus on alchemy, which places an emphasis on being correct rather than useful, has thrown out the baby with the bathwater. Admittedly, my position here is highly biased. The fact that practical studies of alchemy have largely been chased underground is the reason that the tome you're reading is self-published, rather than distributed through more official channels. For example, underappreciated in the development of modern alchemical practices is the use of a 5-element model. Every pre-Aristotelian alchemic models were based on an understanding of 5 elements: wood, fire, earth, metal, and water. Later, Aristotle these words are too much for me. Models separated elements into 4 categories of earth, water, air, and fire. While this model may be more accurate and reflect an evolution of our understanding of alchemy, it seems to sacrifice the more practical separation of elements in a way that better allows us to understand less tangible things. While wood is not an element, strictly speaking, it helps for us to think of it as such. After all, juxtaposing wood against elements such as metal and fire makes it apparent that wood possesses certain soul-like qualities that other elements lack. which might prompt us to question what it is about wood that seems to make it behave like a super element, with practical uses beyond the conventional. There is a great irony in the fact that while these kinds of questions eventually led us to discard the 5 elemental model, the new model no longer allows for the existence of this sort of question to exist in academic literature. This book serves as my guide to asking the wrong questions to arrive at the wrong answers that nonetheless seem to work. It is a book for troublemakers and rule breakers. Indeed, the fact that you hold this book in your hands right now is probably evidence that you have broken several rules to acquire it. That, or you are a rule enforcer tasked with destroying my work, who for some reason has decided to take the time to read it. Perhaps you are reading my work in search of identifying information which might lead you to my location, or you are reading to gain a better understanding of someone whom you consider to be an enemy. Perhaps, after reading my work, you will realize that my ideas are not so dangerous as you've been to believe, or perhaps you will realize that they've been exactly as dangerous as you have been told. Gosh dang it. So it's like, it's illegal to study alchemy and stuff? Is that what it's telling me? I can go upstairs. So there's something illegal about it? I don't know why that would be illegal though. Oh, we can't go up here. Honestly, see, I'm one of those people. I love reading books. I love them. I love to read, but I love cozy environments. So like in the UK, we have a store that's called the Waterstone store. And it is legit a bookstore that usually has a cafe in it, and it's like old rustic black metal style. It's so fucking cool, and it is so cozy, and there's so many shelves just filled with different types of books, and it's great, and I love it. It's one of my favorite places to be. I love it so much. Home. I guess we continue then, because there was only those two from what I saw. I didn't see anything else. Continue. Continue. Yes. Doesn't matter. Okay. Man. I'd love to see that. I could use a pick-me-up.
I can't promise I'll be there. It's kind of inconsistent.
Still, though. A hallway that's only there sometimes? How do you get to the kitchen otherwise?
There's another slightly longer one that we use instead. It's much less exciting, but on the upside, it's consistently there. I love telling new people about it though. The reaction's always hilarious.
I definitely didn't expect to be getting enthusiastic today over a weird quantum hallway. Or enthusiastic at all, actually, because as soon as I stop to think about it, I realize I'm actually extremely messed up about this. What's she reading?
I understand. Your life has gotten very weird very fast, conceptually speaking. Or, your unlife? I should be better at talking about this by now, shouldn't I?
Jeez. It's not a fun one to think about, huh? Just keep talking about the hallway so I can get my mind off this.
To be honest, I'm not sure I could even properly explain a lot of what goes on in here. The building's mildly sentient. Too much magic in the soil for it to not be, really.
So, the cafe is alive?
Not necessarily. Plenty of things have come to life here, but as far as we can tell, the building itself doesn't really fall into that category. Also, it mostly tends to shift itself in ways that are helpful instead of frustrating, so... Quantum hallways.
I'm making myself a cuppa. You want something? Nah, I'm good for now. Also, what's the barista's name? I didn't actually catch it and I feel like a jerk. Oh, it's the guy.
Maddie?
Hi, Joe Gaming, what's up?
She's the owner now. Not just the barista. Still makes coffee, of course. But since she's the owner now, she has a lot more to juggle. Why are you asking? Got your eye on her, eh?
No, I have a boyfriend. Oh! Why did the music stop? Why is that such a shocking... hat? Jeez, this is a lot. I can't imagine how he's feeling.
Try not to think about it.
Okay. Yep. Okay.
You want that drink now?
I think I want something a little more potent than coffee right now. Sorry. Don't enable him, Kishan.
Shush. I can get you something stronger, mate. Shot of whiskey, perhaps?
I thought this was a cafe.
Well, it is, mostly. We do serve alcohol, though, and stronger things on request.
Stronger? Stronger like what? Baijiu? Absinthe? Pure ethanol?
You think a place like this wouldn't have something stronger than that?
Stronger than pure ethanol?
Sure. Remind me later and I might pull out some of my special reserve.
Don't enable him, Kashan.
Hey, someone's gotta drink it. I know you're not gonna touch the stuff outside from setting on fire.
Excuse me, I have perfectly good reason for wanting to set a puddle of distilled soul on fire.
We'll agree to disagree on that one. So, Kishan, what'll there be?
Actually, I changed my mind on the coffee. Can I order something complex? Gotta treat myself on my last day at Earth. I'm after a sugar rush.
We have the ingredients. Shouldn't be an issue. Maddie can whip it up for you.
Cool, cool. In that case, can I have a large quadruple shot, double vanilla caramel, no foam, super hot reverse coconut milk macchiato? Oh my god. With 2 sugars and whipped cream on top? Who orders a drink like that? Genuinely, there's no way real people order drinks like that. There's just no way.
Maddie?
Yes, dearest.
Can you, I don't quite know how. Is this real?
Huh? Oh, is it too much? I was gonna ask for that shot of whiskey Jay mentioned earlier, but it seemed a little extra.
Well,
yes. Yeah, it is too much. I don't think even Starbucks would serve that.
why?
Because it's a fucked up order, man. Dang. Every single word of that increased my urge to set the espresso machine on fire so I wouldn't have to think about making coffee ever again. Oh, but the whiskey's fine. I do that too. I have a counter offer, which you have to accept. Yeah? I'll make you another double shot long black and I'll put whiskey in it. But I won't call you a hipster this time. If you decline my offer, on God, I will strip your soul from your body and use it to scrub the counters at closing time. They will smell delicious afterwards, if that's any consolation. Yikes. That does sound like a competitive counteroffer. Not the soul thing. I'll take the coffee. My generosity knows no bounds. Normie. She really called him a fucking normie. So, to conclude, that order sucked because it defies the laws of physics, has a heart attack's worth of sugar in it, and is something only wankers ask for. I did not expect her to call him a wanker. Well, not him, but you know what I mean. Is it possible to die twice? Yup. You can die twice if you're brought back from the dead.
Or if you manage to really annoy someone between here and the next place. Which is more likely because resurrection is illegal.
But, if you're asking whether you can get a heart attack or whatever, the answer is no. Life and death have a slightly different meaning here. You can't die from natural causes.
It's a bit complex and weird and we're still in the process of figuring out how it all works. I'm over 200 years old and I still haven't made proper sense of it yet. Just got some vague ideas.
Right. So what's keeping me from just staying here? Like, I'm already dead. Why do I have to go to the next place? You've got a certain number of hours you're allowed to remain on the edge of the mortal realm. Hours are fungible. Fungible? They can be bought, sold, and exchanged, generally speaking. But the Council of Death always collects on debts owed to them. And you'll start running up a debt if you stay here too long.
Your soul starts to get itchy too. It's not something you want to experience. We've had a few stay past their allotted time, and they've gotten very uncomfortable very fast. It starts with general irritability, and then worse things begin to happen.
Uh-huh. She's still conked. It's a weird thing to wrap your head around. How long do I have before I need to make myself scarce?
You get 24 hours.
Oh, wrong voice. You get 24 hours. Any longer and we start to pick up the tab, since you're on our premises. And as charming as you are, we've already racked up too much debt from letting people stick around past their expiry date. We're deep enough in the hole as it is, hours-wise.
And cash-wise, we're extremely poor!
We've been a bit too lenient in the past. Letting people stay just a little longer instead of gently shooing them onto the next plane of existence, etc. Is that what their debt's coming from? The debt's coming from them staying here? That they haven't moved on? You know the drill. But, hey, since ours are fungible, you can always require them some other way. That's something happening tonight, actually, that you might be interested in.
Seriously? You're still doing that?
Shush.
You know the council doesn't look on that stuff favorably. Ned said so himself.
It draws customers and helps us shave down the debt. I'll take whatever I can get. And hey, fuck Ned.
We have a 13-year-old right here, you know.
She's heard enough coarse language for a lifetime. I'm not too worried about her. She's right, though.
Huh?
Every time Ned comes around, he makes you guys really stressed out. Maybe not you so much, but Maddie gets nervous and it brings down the mood, man. So, fuck Ned.
Goodness, I think you've had too much coffee today.
I'm crashing so hard right now, you have no idea. It's like I was crashing earlier, but that was just a pre-crash, and I'm having a double crash or something.
All I ask is that you try and keep the swearing to a minimum when customers are around.
Okay. Does Kashan count? It's fine. A couple of my housemates are tradies, so you learn to ignore it pretty quick. Are tradies? Were tradies? They're still tradies, unless they changed career in the last couple of days. But they're not my roommates anymore, because... Hey mates, have I mentioned how much being dead sucks? Because it sucks, and I feel extremely bad about it. Having a pretty bad time right now in general, to be honest. Yep. Even just adapting your language is a pain, isn't it? Want a proper drink now? Without coffee in it? Yeah, that would be good.
TV didn't say anything about there being a storm tonight.
Huh. It looks like a decent sized one's rolling in. Melbourne weather strict again.
I'll go upstairs and close the windows.
Cheers.
Come on, Ashley. Let's clean up your workbench while we're up there, yeah? Do you need a bribe?
Yes.
I have some chocolate hidden away.
Acceptable.
I love Ashley. I think Ashley's my favorite character so far. Ashley's just so like, hit my life, but I'm gonna keep living it.
Wait, dead people can still get drunk, yeah? Why else do you think we serve alcohol? To make money? Well, yeah. Hang on. Do I even have my wallet? Doubt it. I don't. Yeah. How does that work? Why do I have my clothes but not the contents of my pockets? I don't know, dude. Everyone's experience is different. Death doesn't follow many rules. Only a universal rule I can think of is that you can't stay. People don't generally come in without their clothes, fortunately. Genuinely, which generally means that, like, you know, someone has come in without clothes at some point. So, about this drink. I guess you're gonna give me straight vodka or something? What is that? You don't like making complex drinks. Dude, no. I don't like making ridiculous caffeine-laced milkshakes for overcompensating soccer dads. I'm happy to mix a cocktail, within reason. Oh, okay. What have you got then? Chase got everything you can think of, and then some. I could go for a mint julep. Hey, what's that outside? Oh! Outside? Some guy out in the rain? Ah, shit. Maddie? Maddie, what's up? Let's get started on that drink. What's happening? Who the fuck? What? Hello? Morning? Hi? Hello, recently departed. Hey, that hat you're wearing kinda makes you look like Ned Kelly? I could have sworn you were standing outside literally a second ago. So how'd this one cock it? Good morning to you too, Ned. It's 7 o'clock in the morning, Madeline. Piss off, Nedwood. That's not even my full name. Hey, Nez. Welcome back, Hoops. Isn't it Maddie? Jay said it was, and he never lies. He never said that. Well, no, but it was worth a try. A try at what? Catching me off balance? Some shit along those lines? Mate, I am so off balance right now that a light breeze would knock me head over arse. Don't push me. Hey, this mint julep is great. Just wanted to contribute that to the conversation. So you catch the game last night? No? And I do not care to discuss the egg sport with you or anyone else. Don't try it. Oof, just making polite conversation. You should try it sometime. Maybe. Not for you though. You never come in during daylight hours before. What do you want? Nothing much. I'd like to talk to Che at some point, but it can wait, seeing as he's missing. Planning on sending out a search party? Might do. You'd be ashamed to lose an old friend by letting him wander onto some train tracks or something. Well, yeah. Well, sorry, my bad. Shut up. He's upstairs, last I saw. What was the last you saw, Maddie? Tell me. Why are you like this? What was it? Last saw him walking upstairs. So he could be anywhere then. Probably fled the country to dodge the massive time debt you lot are racking up. He can't go far. I've got him on a pretty tight leash. And in regards to the debt, it's not your problem. You must not have heard. Not your problem. Jay! Your dickhead friend Ned is here! Oi! I'm a distinguished gent, not a dickhead. Naruto, thank you for the follow, thank you so much. Maybe do I go home now or go out? I don't know. Maybe go out, have some time out, have a good time. Go relax, go have a good time, play around.
I'll be down in a sec.
Yeah, sure, but you also work for the Council of Death, so even if you are a distinguished gent, it cancels out. Hey, is the Council of Death like a normal city council? Except for wherever dead people live? Yeah, but the only trash that needs to be collected is right in front of me. This guy? Me? No, you. You're the trash, Ned. The trash is you. It's you, Ned, the trash man from hell. Because councils pick up trash. That's the joke. Oh, cool. You even got a head shaped like a rubbish bin. It's totally fitting. Huh. I'm not from hell. I don't care. And to be clear, Ned, in case we weren't already, you are the trash. Yeah, I get it. You know how long Jay's gonna be? Don't know. He was busy upstairs with Ashley.
Yeah, I had to hide like 5 steak knives from her.
Why do they have so many knives? Didn't he come in earlier and said that he was struggling with cutlery? And now he's like, oh, we've got like 5 steak knives. Where the fuck?
Didn't even know we had 5 steak
knives. Well, bit quiet there, mate. How long have you been sitting there?
Does it matter?
Well, your employee is being very rude to me. So if you'd heard any of that, I keep trying to tell him.
Ah, my employee.
Yes, we have some catching up to do. I don't follow. Did she quit? Did you free her for gross incompetence?
Ha! Far from it. Whoops. There's been a bit of shake-up in the cafe's management structure since your last visit.
Oh no, don't tell me you gave her the whole thing.
Okay, I won't tell you.
I tried to tell you before, man. Hey, does anyone else like mint juleps? Because this is great and I'm nearly done, but also my tongue is numb and I'm wondering what the deal is with that.
Looking at him just awkwardly. Was there something you wanted to discuss?
I need a drink before we get through all that.
Sure. The usual?
Yes, please. Bruh, why is everything so intense in this game? What's up, Judgy? Below 7-year-olds thinking that they're all that. Then slap them. Knock him out. Boom. You know that video? You know that whole meme with the guy that was slapping the kids back and forth? Just do that. Just do that to all of them. How come he gets a curly straw? So, Che, spin me a tale of how and why you handed down the cafe to this person. Well, every man's got his price. Can my price be a curly straw too? Buddy, I'll give you 2 if it means you'll stop complaining about numb lips. Yeah, what did you make this with? I couldn't find half the ingredients, so I put in a bunch of baijiu and, chili seeds? Chili seeds? How is that a substitute for what was supposed to go in it? I'll be playing Fortnite at some point, yeah. It's got some of the stuff though, so it's a mint julep in spirit, if nothing else. Does this have any mint or julep in it? At all? It definitely may be lacking mint, but I cannot confirm nor deny the existence of the mythical julep. You asked for baijiu earlier, though, so there you go. Mission complete. Maddie, I'm getting very drunk very fast. Baijiu will do that to you. Here, I think you should have a little lie down. I'll get you some water. I'm as strong as an ox. I don't need no lie down. Gishan, my dude, you absolutely need to get horizontal as soon as possible. You can sober up in one of the booths up the back. It's nice and quiet over there. I'll fight ya. I'll win though. Up you get, mate. Bloody hell. If you would have been helpful if you told me about this before.
Probably. I'm not worried about it. Maddie knew what she was getting into with this whole cafe situation. And it's natural that it might take a while for her to get the hang of running a business.
Bloody hell. Bit of a dog's dinner though, innit?
Oh, for sure. But it'll get better. Like I said, not worried about it.
Well, you might want to hold your judgmental on that for a moment. I am, unfortunately, here on official business.
Oh, I shouldn't have given you the straw then.
No, you shouldn't have. I look quite silly.
Want me to get rid of it?
Bro, no. Curly straws are the most professional thing you could possibly have. I don't want anyone ruining that. It is absolutely the best thing you could get. Who is... There you go. Sorry, I had to check something. My nans. I love my nan. Yeah, I love nans. Nans are great. I love my gran. I don't have a nan. Well, I do, but she hates my guts, so we don't really talk about my nan. It's just Maddie. She wouldn't use it to derail our conversation or make me look like a fool or anything like that. Straw? No, I'll get you one after you have a nap. You can sip the water like a normal person.
I'll put it in with the dirty dishes then.
What?
Sacrifices I make for this job. Oh, whoops. Hey, you went me through it, so it can't be that bad.
That was bloody 100 years ago.
Man, really?
Longer.
Time flies when you're immortal, huh?
Quasi-immortal. An old rust bucket's still got an expiry date somewhere down the line. What's this about immortality? Hey, you should buy more plants. Shut up! Sorry, continue. Immortality? Nothing that I trust you with, that's for sure. Aw, don't you want to see crotchety old me being rude to youngsters in 100 years? Truly, I do not. The far future doesn't need amateur necromancers. Your loss. So, you two heading upstairs?
Actually, Ned does, in fact, have something fairly important to discuss with you.
Oh? It's about the debt you owe to the council. Yeah, I know. What about it?
Maddie,
it's time. You owe us over 600 hours. Chase signed a contract. The hours or the cafe. You own the cafe, so you own the debt. And tonight, I've come to collect. I don't like where this is going. Oh, opening? It's an opening?
There's nothing left to give. I waited here so long. I listened for your song. And fell right through what you said.
Do, 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 do.
There's nothing left to give. Nothing left to give.
Not really. We've not figured this out. It's as sick as fuck it is. Look at it.
There's nothing left to give.
Oh, what the fuck? Oh, what the fuck? This looks so cool! I'm so hyped! Look at it! I'm so hyped for this! Necrobarista. Hey, yo! Holy shit. Visitation. Is it possible to die twice? Oh my god. Yeah, no, we haven't really figured out what this is about. From what I can tell, it's literally just she runs a cafe. She owes hours of life to stay where she is, basically. But the cafe is like in the in-between. That was kind of intense. Do they do that often? The song and dance thing? Yeah, what do they think they are? Some sort of anime street gang? What sort of self-obsessed jerk has their own theme song? You know, if you work for 8 hours a night, 600 hours in just 2.5 months. That's a good point, but I don't think it works like that in this game. I'm pretty sure that's not how this works, sadly. Don't be a downer, pal. No, I was talking about the dramatic encounter. Oh, between Maddie and Ned? Yes. Yeah, they've got chemistry. What? I wouldn't call that chemistry. Not the romantic kind, the explosive kind. Can't leave them in the same room together or they'll kill each other. Exactly. Bad history? Maddie's just a serially troublesome person from Ned's perspective. Doesn't help that she can't stop herself from pulling pranks on him. No, I suppose not. I mean, he doesn't make it easy either. I don't think he's used to having his authority questioned. She really gets under his skin. Wasn't he a famous criminal? Criminal? What the fuck? And therein lies the irony of the situation. What a strange world we live in. What? How is he a criminal? What? When was it mentioned he was a criminal? What did he do? I want to know. What did he do? What was his thing? I want to know. I want to know. Come on. This shouldn't be a depressing memory for any of us. The doodle mode is now available. You can now speak to Ashley to access doodle mode. The fuck is doodle mode? Oh, I'm upstairs. I get to speak to Ashley? Cool. Billiards. Brad took a sip from his beer. It was non-alcoholic, but there was something about the dry aftertaste that kept him frosty. He leaned over the table and lined up his next shot. He eyed the problematic 9-ball in the upper right corner. He had a low percentage shot on it if he elected to bank it in, but he had 2 other stripes in the lower left to set it up. If he had an audience, he'd go for the bank shot for sure. He liked the chance to shine. But today, there was no one to impress. No audience for flashy low percentage shots. Whoops. He took the shots on the 11 and 12, and 3 shots later sunk the 9. An easy shot on the 8 sealed the deal. Brad scanned the table. 4 solid balls remained. A dismal performance on his part. Or a stellar performance on the part of the Stripes player. That was the problem with playing against yourself. You always won, but you always lost too. Brad chugged the remainder of his beer and added it to his collection of empties. which now stood 5 bottles strong. He took a moment to survey the room. His table was the only one of the 4 that was in use. That didn't come as any surprise to him. It was early in the evening and he had grown accustomed to spending time alone in this room. He knew when he could come here to be alone and when the other sharks showed up. Brad grabbed the triangle. It was looped around his collection of bacon bottles to set the balls in order for another round. Someone came up the stairs and Brad looked up briefly, long enough to see a woman who he recognized as the door-faced barkeep who had served him the beers and had kept him company for the past hour or two. "Hi, Bearable, what's up?" Several steps behind the woman, he saw an older-looking man. The man stopped in front of the table opposite Brad's and began chalking up his cue. I'm gonna be real, I got 2 minutes, so I just stay here for the rest of 2 minutes. Go for it. Brad directed his attention to the man. He usually offered people a game when they came up, but the man seemed prepared to keep to himself, so Brad said nothing and tried to focus on his own table. He set up to break, and the older man coughed as he shot. He hit the cue ball just a fraction of a degree off. It bounced off the rack into one of the side pockets as the rest of the balls jolted around the table. Stink. Brad didn't swear when playing. Poor. His earliest experiences with competitive billiards had been in an environment that forbade obscenities. Obscenities? I don't know how to read. And issued foul penalties every time he let out an involuntary shit or fuck. He'd had to find cleaner substitutes. Break came the sound from the old man's table. 2, 3, 4. Brad put down his break cue and picked up the leather-tipped cue that was leaning against the table. What is the stream about? It's just playing this game. It's just chilling and playing this game. Alright, Rehan, thank you for the follow. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Have a good day. 5, 6. Brad chalked his cue trying to avoid the tilt from his bad break. 7, 8. He lined up to shoot and realized that the man was already fishing his balls out of the pockets and collecting them in the triangle. Brad did a double take. Had the man sunk the 8 ball after 8 strokes, including break? Brad continued playing his own table, but kept an eye on the older man this time. It happened again. Break. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. A perfect clean sweep. As the old man began clearing the table, Brad walked over. "Excuse me," he said, "but I couldn't help but notice you just hit 2 perfect games." "What's that?" The man turned to Brad, squinting at him. Brad repeated himself, a bit louder this time. "I was just complimenting you on the 2 perfect games." "Impressive stuff." The man heaved his shoulders. "Sometimes you get a bit of luck on your side." "Still," said Brad, "you don't see novices hitting 2 consecutive perfect games." The man offered another ineffectual shrug. "Do you, want to play again?" "Hi, Cheese! How you doing, my darling?" Brad gestured to his own table, which was already set up. "Most of the people who come around here tend to be novices. I've been itching for a bit of competition." Brad paused, but the man said nothing. "Of course, if you prefer to play at your own table, I don't mean to intrude." "We can play," said the man. "Though, if I can shoot perfect a 3rd time, you won't get to it." "I'd be impressed if you could pull that off," said Brad. The older man racked the balls and stepped away from the table to let Brad break. Brad leaned over the table and took several practice strokes before finally connecting with the cue ball. The break was weaker than he had expected, but he managed to sink 1 ball. He looked at the table annoyed and realized that he hadn't bothered to check if the rack was frozen before he broke. His next shot was a straight into the middle pocket. He briefly visualized the trajectory of the cue ball in his mind. It would easily knock the 6 balls in, then bounce towards the front of the table. Brad wasn't confident of where exactly the ball would stop, but he was confident he'd be able to do something with it. He took the shot and the 6th ball went in. Solids. After the cue ball settled, found himself with no good options. Brad smiled. Making something out of nothing was his specialty, and after a few moments of eyeing different angles, he settled on a shot towards one of the bottom pockets. A striped ball was in the way, so Brad hit the cue ball several degrees to the side, curving its trajectory around the enemy ball. It hit the solid 3 ball and the shot was made. Brad looked at the man, hoping for some kind of reaction. The man's mouth remained a flat line, but his eyebrows arched. If anything, the man's lack of obvious expression struck him as a deliberate attempt to not show a response. That he had managed to get a slight rise out of the old man felt like a sweet victory. Brad made his next shot quickly, an easy straight-in shot on the 2 ball, made without thinking about where the cue ball would land. That was a problem for future Brad. Several seconds later, present Brad found himself scolding past Brad for putting him in such a foul position. He was corner hooked. With the cue ball trapped next to the corner pocket, the only angles available to Brad existed in a 60-degree arc. He surveyed his limited options and breathed a sigh of relief as a relatively straightforward bank shot presented itself. It was an awkward angle, but he knew he could coax the 3-ball into the opposite corner pocket. He took the shot, watching as the 3-ball rolled compliantly into its designated pocket. Unfortunately, the cue ball went with it, ending Brad's turn and placing the ball in the man's possession. Ah, stink. Brad could have sworn the man winked at him as he fished the cue ball out and lined up a simple shot on a side pocket. The 9 went in, then the 11, and the 12. Brad found himself taking it for granted. RX Klein, thank you for the heart, me. Thank you so much. Hi. Hi, Cheese. I'm good. How are you doing, my darling? Why, hello. Well, hello there. How are you? Brad found himself taking it for granted that each striped ball would enter its designated pocket and instead focused on the cue ball. Somehow the cue ball always wound up in a position that presented the oldster, with the ideal chip shot. Ball after ball fell off the bed until finally only the black 8-ball and Brad's solids remained. Unfortunately for Brad, the 8-ball and the cue ball were opposite sides of the table, with several of Brad's in between. The man eventually gave up and settled for a defensive shot that put the cue ball behind the 8. I'm so late, you're perfectly fine. We're just playing a game, so there's no rush. Now the tables were turned. Brad was the one cut off from his balls. He lived for shots like this. He took the shot. The cue ball hit the 8, and the 8 hit the 1, and the 1 hit the 7, bouncing it against the front of the table and into one of the side pockets. Brad couldn't help his smile. Things couldn't have gone better even if he'd planned them. Instinct and muscle memory did what his calculating mind couldn't. Now the table was conveniently free of striped balls, Brad had no trouble sinking the remaining consecutive shots he needed to close out the game. As Brad lined up the final shot on the 8-ball, he studied the older guy. If the man was reacting, he couldn't tell. Brad closed his eyes as he completed the final stroke, as he always did. He wasn't really religious. He stopped going to church with his mum when he was 12, but it always felt right to leave the result of the game to God. Damn, said the old man as the 8-ball fell into its pocket. Brad flinched. He'd been hoping for some praise for the man for winning the game. Perhaps a damn was all that the man was prepared to offer. Excuse me, said Brad, but I don't think we bothered to exchange names. I'm Brad.
Thomas.
The old man extended a hand. I've got to say, said Brad, you're quite a player. I take it you're not from around here?
No, said the man.
I grew up in Brisbane, retired in Sydney. I'm just passing through. Brad nodded. I figured. I actually grew up in this neighborhood. Played on the tables just like these when I was a kid, so I know most of the folks in the local competitive circuit. I guess someone like you would like to play competitively, huh? You don't pick up skills like that in a tiny pond.
You'd be surprised, said Thomas. A man can accomplish quite a bit when given enough idle time.
But you've played competitively, said Brad.
I used to, yes, said Thomas. I actually formally retired many years ago, but I kept a table at home for practice to keep my mind sharp.
Where did you compete?
Oh, I toured in England.
Wait, said Brad. You were a pro?
A pro makes a salary, said Thomas. I won enough to cover my travel expenses and to make up for the time I spent not working a real job.
Brad couldn't hide his excitement. Wait, you said England. Did you ever play in the World Billiards Championship? Billiards? It's billiards, isn't it? I don't know how to pronounce it.
Yep, said the old man. I played the WBC for a few years, but eventually I decided the title was a summit I'd never reach, so I quit.
Wait, said Brad again. You said your name was Thomas. Are you Thomas Walsh?
Indeed I am, said Thomas.
Hi, Kaden, what's up? Welcome back, Hoops. How you doing? You're a legend.
I think you might be overstating it, said Thomas. Even when I was at my prime, I wasn't the best. Results speak for themselves.
Nah, fuck that, said Brad. You were a finalist for 6 years running. Nobody's ever been that consistent. Even the best pros who managed to run hot burnout after more than 2 or 3 years. Thomas sipped his beer. I've spent hundreds of hours watching your videos, said Brad.
I didn't realize there were videos of me, said Thomas.
I have tapes of the finals from 1967 and 1968, said Brad. They didn't record them after that, but your last 2 years got recorded for posterity? They're kind of rarities at this point, but I had a coach who had a vault of old footage.
Coach?
Thomas arched an eyebrow.
Yeah, said Brad. You didn't have a coach?
Thomas shook his head.
We mostly just taught ourselves and each other. Sometimes you got to practice with people better than you. That was it.
Well, I mostly taught myself, said Brad. But after I started winning some regionals, I joined a team so that I could get sponsored and have a group to train with.
Interesting.
Jesus, this is going on for a long time, bro. Brad waited for Thomas to question further, but no questions came, so he decided to continue without an invitation. I won the WBC in 2012. No luck since then, I take it, said Thomas. Brad stammered out, yeah. He laughed awkwardly. I've never been a consistent player. Not like you, anyway. He offered a sheepish grin. My mum had an album full of articles, clippings, talking about me like I was some kind of prodigy, the next big thing. Now it feels like I'll forever be a footnote in history. Brad waited for the words of affirmation to come from his hero. Thomas just took another drink from his glass, finishing it off before setting it down next to Brad's empty bottles. Said Brad, feeling foolish. Can I get you a drink in exchange for another game? It would be a real pleasure.
Sure, said Thomas. Give me a Guinness. Actually, make it 2.
Brad sprinted down the stairs and returned several minutes later with a tray bearing 2 pints of Guinness. Thomas began setting up the table for the next game, Brad hovering over him. You know, said Brad, this place is pretty magical. Getting to play a game of pool like this? He wasn't quite sure how to say it, but figured Thomas knew what he was getting at. I mean, this is the sort of place where anything can happen, you know what I'm saying?
Not anything, said Thomas. There are limits.
Well, yeah, said Brad, but still, 2 former champs, one coming back from, from beyond the grave, so to speak. That's not the kind of encounter you'd expect to have anywhere else. Thomas looked at him. Magical indeed. When I walked up here, I didn't realize that you were, well, he rubbed his chin. Let's just say that I don't meet a lot of pool pros at bars. He took a sip of his beer. You want a break? Sure. Brad broke and with hands guided by instinct managed to sink 5 balls consecutively. Like magic, his shots always connected. Some people might buckle under pressure, but Brad's performance always seemed to rise to the occasion. With just 2 striped balls left, Brad knew he was on a streak, but as he lined up his next shot, it took a moment to consider the position of the 8 ball. It was nestled in an awkward position between Thomas's balls, but if he could clear a path to it while sinking the last stripe... Brad looked at the sea of balls and knew there was no way for him to mentally calculate every vector, but instinct had gotten him this far and he wasn't about to stop listening to it now. Brad took the shot, and the cue ball knocked the last striped ball into the corner pockets. Then the cue ball bounced off the table, back towards Thomas's cluster of balls. Brad grinned in elation as the cue ball hit a solid, which hit another, and in a chain reaction that sent the 8 ball heading right toward the corner, just like he'd wanted. It was headed right toward the corner, where there were no balls to intercept it. It was heading right towards the corner, into the pocket. He stopped grinning. Brad knew with a growing dread that the friction of the cloth wouldn't be enough to stop the ball in time. He watched the impending disaster happen in slow motion, powerless to stop it. The game had been going so well. He'd been about to hit a perfect game in front of his childhood hero, and now he was going to lose it in the most inglorious way imaginable. An accidental, illegal combination shot. Brad closed his eyes, but not even God could help him now. He didn't need to see it. The sound of the ball plunking into the pocket was enough. He'd lost the game. Oh, that was it? Well, that was a way to end that. What the Okay. Huh. Okay, so Brad's gotta be one of the members of the people that are, like, on the staff, right? That's gotta be what it is. Oh. Game crashed a bit there. Oh, that was a little scary. Maddie's inbox. Oh. Advisory role. Let's have a look. Maddie was washing her hands when Ashley poked her head around the corner. Here to confess something or here to ask for something? Thought Maddie to herself as dried her hands and turned to face the girl. The grin on Ashley's face confirmed that it was the latter. Maddie arched an eyebrow and turned to the coffee grinder. Ashley stepped around the corner and stood close enough to Maddie to occupy her field of view. Every time Maddie turned, Ashley again repositioned herself. What's up, kid? She was waiting for Maddie to notice her. After a minute, Maddie decided that having Ashley hovering around her was more distracting than indulging whatever it was she wanted to talk about. What do you need, Ashley? I don't need anything, said Ashley. Though, now that you mention needing things, I think you might need something. Such as? An advisor. Ashley smiled triumphantly as she delivered the word. Uh-huh. What would I need an advisor for? To advise you, of course, said Ashley. And I suppose you have a suggestion for who I should take on as an advisor. Well, said Ashley, now that you mention it, I'm not too busy. I could be your advisor. Well, because you're an expert on advising. That's what an advisor needs to know about. and what makes you an expert in advising? I've been learning a lot about advisors, said Ashley. They get to make important decisions, and then the person they're advising has to take responsibility for them. That's why I'd make a good advisor. I mean, technically she's right, yeah, but it's... because you don't want to take responsibility for your actions? I take responsibility for my advice, but if someone follows my advice, then that's their decision and their responsibility. Duh. I don't think I need an advisor, said Maddie. Oh, but you do, said Ashley. Aren't you always complaining about how busy you are? Yes, said Maddie. So busy that I don't have time to have an extra counseling sessions with you. I'm not gonna be your counselor, Maddie. I'm not gonna be your counselor, Maddie. I'm gonna be your advisor. The difference being a counselor counsels and an advisor advises. Of course, said Maddie. Busy people always seem to have advisors, said Ashley. The Prime Minister has advisors, presidents too. All the most important people have advisors. Their advisors tend to be more experienced than they are, said Maddie. Advice travels from those who have it to those who need it. Well, I'm doing fine, so I don't need advising, said Ashley. But you could do with some advising, and I'd be happy to give you all the advice I've got. Plus, you're more important than I am. You're kind of like the Prime Minister of the Terminal, or the President of the Terminal, or whatever. The kind of person who needs advisors. I see, said Maddie. So am I hired? You already have a lot on your plate, I'm sure, said Maddie. Nope, said Ashley. I got lots of time free. Ah, in that case, you have time to wash these dishes for me, said Maddie, tossing a drying rag to Ashley. Let me know when you're done. Wait, said Ashley. I'm only free to advise. I'm physically fatigued from a long day of work. Only my mind has extra processing power. I can only help you if it's by advising. Well, advising has physical responsibilities associated with it, right? Said Maddie. Like sometimes an advisor will go to places to get important information. I guess so, said Ashley. I can do anything that relates to giving you information. In that case, advisor Ashley, I need you to give me a report on which of these plates looks best when it's sparkling clean. But they're all dirty right now. Exactly. Time for you to do some investigative research. See ya. My god. It's kind of sweet how they handle her, because she's obviously, like they said, she's 13, you know, she's a kid. So it's actually kind of sweet to see how the progress of, like, what they do to take care of her. But it's just like, what happened to this kid to bring her here? Bye, kitten! Oh my goodness, my butt hurts. Ugh. But I do like this game. I'm intrigued. I think it's gonna be pretty cool to do. Why is... Oh, of course they're gonna have wedding skins for fucking Mr. Fantastic and Miss Invisible. Of course they're gonna. That just doesn't even surprise me at this point. Yeah, of course. Why add wedding skins? Like, what is the point of it? Genuinely, what is the point? I feel like it just is worthless. Okay. So, was there anything else over here? Oh, they have darts! Oh, I know how to play darts. I used to be on a darts team. I love darts. That's fun. So, this should be I think this is the final thing, unless there's more stuff downstairs. From Jeanette Annette. Subject spirit beacon leaking. January 25th, 2014, sorry. To admin at terminal velocity. Hi, Madeline. This is Jeanette from the location down by the docks. I believe we met in person for the first time last month. I was opening up this morning and noticed that most of our spirit juice was gone. I checked the map and saw that you're the nearest location with a spirit beacon. I think you may have drained some of our supply. Honest mistake, I'm sure. But if you could stop running your spirit beacon during peak hours, that would be much appreciated. Thanks, and looking forward to working with you in the future. Jeanette, from Jeanette Annette. Hi Madeline, hope you got my previous message. Just wanted to give an update on the spirit juice situation over here. I had several bottles that I marked last night just to confirm the issue, and when I get in this morning the levels were below where I marked them. We're definitely losing spirit juice, and you're the only spirit beacon close enough to be affecting us. Please modulate your use to reasonable levels. I don't think this should be a problem as long as you're not running your beacon overnight. Again, not trying to assign blame here, but please be considerate to folks at other locations. Thanks, Jeanette.
Hi Anthony, what's up? What's up my guy? How's it going?
Another one from January 31st, 2014. Madeline, we are draining spirit juice over here so fast that if I sit and watch, I can see it disappearing from the bottle. You're the only spirit beacon that is even remotely close to where we are, so we really need you to stop. If it's affecting us, then it's probably affecting other locations. This is completely unacceptable. Fix this now, Jeanette. February 1st, 2014. Hey Madeline, can you explain why you weren't at the terminal today when I showed up? I spoke with a girl named Ashley who said you decided to take the day off. What a coincidence. I was not impressed by the crying routine you had her do. Honestly, you should be ashamed of using a child's fake tears to try and hide from a situation that you caused. Damn. Turn off your beacon. I don't want to be the bad guy here, but if you don't do something, I'm gonna have to get the council involved. From Clarence from Misplaced Cutlery. Hi Maddie, this is Clarence from the docks location. Just wanted to give you a heads up this morning. We found out that the site manager we recently hired, I believe you met Jeanette last month, was leaving spirit juice in untempered glass bottles and we had a bit of a leak. We ended up having a bit of a problem with some animated cutlery. We have the situation under control over here and we're mostly sure everything is accounted for on our end. Unfortunately, this started happening about a week ago, which might be enough for something to wander off far enough that we wouldn't be able to detect it. Very unlikely that this happened, but just wanted to give you a heads up in case a possessed steak knife wandered off far enough to find your beacon and decides to pay you a visit. Sorry about the situation. Rest assured that the person responsible for this won't have any opportunity to mess up anything of this magnitude again. By the way, are you planning on going to M's birthday next month? Regards, Clarence. From Maddie. Misplaced Hi, Clarence. Sorry I missed your message earlier. I no longer use this address. Please use contact@terminalvelocity.org for anything related to terminal business. Hope you enjoyed M's birthday party. I don't remember why I couldn't attend, but I'm sure it was a good reason. Maddie. She literally ignored all those other emails, but this is the only one that she responded to. Okie dokie. I see how she runs. I see. Honestly though, if I get emails of someone like having a go at me, like telling me I'm doing something wrong, I also probably would not respond. Oh, keep the balance. Ooh. You're overdue this week, said Ned. He tapped the list of rules that Maddie kept posted by the door. This is a 24-hour rule. Are you sure you've been enforcing it? I think how we run the business around here is none of your business, said Maddie. Actually, it absolutely is my business, said Ned. In fact, keeping the rules is basically my only business. That's kind of what the word enforcer means. I'm supposed to scold you for breaking the rules. So audit me. Fine, said Ned. Let me check your ledger. We don't have a ledger, said Maddie. Maybe you should, said Ned. Lots of places do. It's a great system. You have someone stand at the door and have them mark down whenever someone comes in or leaves. When you forcibly evict people who are overstaying their welcome. I'm amazed that you don't have a system like that in place. Some people overstay their welcome, other people understay it, said Chair. There's no need to strictly keep track of how long people stay, right? Just maintain the business. You're right, said Ned. All that matters is maintaining the balance. So maintain the balance, because when you don't, then we have a problem. We're a bit short-staffed to have someone acting as a full-time doorman, said Maddie. Figure it out, said Ned. He tapped the board listing the rules. Change 24 hours to 23 hours. When you say 24 hours, people think you just colloquially mean one day, and they don't pay attention to the specific time. When you say 23 hours, people actually have to keep track of what time it is. That would be fine, said Jay, except for the part where you're cutting time of people's stays. Eminem, thank you for the follow, thank you so much. Trust me, said Ned. Anyone who would go right up to the limit is probably going to go over it. 23 hours is going to mean 23 hours plus an extra 5 minutes, 10 minutes, half hour, 30 half hour, plus however long it takes to finish their drink. And if they leave in less than 24 hours, who gives a shit? I would give a shit, said Cher. You're right. You should give a shit, said Ned. In fact, you should celebrate whenever you manage to scooch someone out of here in under 24 hours, because the balance is upset and you've got to correct it. You can either correct the balance 1 hour at a time, or the council can come in here and repossess some souls. Or we can find someone who knows how to manage this property responsibly. He turned to Cher. Come on, buddy. I don't want to have to take this place away from you. That would be quite the escalation, said Maddie. Well, you're already on the first level of escalation, which is a stern talking to, said Ned. Let's try not to escalate it any further. Cher sighed. Maddie cut him off. We'll change the rule to 23 hours, okay? Buzz off. Wow, really? Said Ned. Well, alright then. Well, you're rewriting the signs. You should also take the green tea frappuccino off the menu. Fraps should be for coffee, not tea. Done, said Maddie. Wait, really? Said Ned. Damn, I didn't realize you were so open to feedback. Also, that caramel, we'll take it under advisement, said Maddie, placing a hand on Ned's chest and physically pushing him toward the door. Hold up, said Ned. What are you doing? Removing an unwanted guest, said Maddie. I need the practice of we're gonna start enforcing these rules you care so much about. Now said Ned as he continued backpedaling to stay upright. Look, you could just... Bye, said Maddie as Ned crossed the threshold out of the cafe and Maddie shut the door in his face. She turned around, leaning her back against the door and sighed. Cher raised an eyebrow. You're serious about the rule change? Yeah, said Maddie. I'll change the sign on the menu after we close tonight. Wait, really? The rule change is gonna keep him off our back, said Maddie. And the menu thing? I've been meaning to take that off anyway, said Maddie. It's the kind of menu item that attracts the worst sort of people. Well, okay, said Cher. Though I do think we should change the rule back to 24 hours after things have had enough time to balance out. Of course, said Maddie. Wouldn't want to upset the balance too far in the opposite direction. What would we do with all that extra time anyway? Fair. Hi, Red Dragon, what's up? How you doing? Oh, there's Ashley down the bottom. Oh, now I can go downstairs. Okay. There she is. I've already read this one. Hi, Ashley. So, I'm assuming... Oh, what's this? Crucible product reviews? Ooh. Well, I think I'm gonna stop playing for now. Can I save? I think it just auto-saves. But I'm gonna end this game. I'm actually enjoying this. I'm intrigued. I want to keep going with this. I don't know if I will stream it again, because obviously not really people get interested, but I'm enjoying it, so I might still just play it by myself. But the game is on sale currently, and the sale is going on until the 17th of February 2025, so if you want to get this game, you can go and get it on Steam, so you can try it out for yourself. I'm into it. I like this. I'm intrigued. I want to find more out. So I want to thank you guys for watching this. I'm probably gonna end the stream, so bye-bye, you guys. I love you guys very much. Thank you so much for popping in, and have a good day. Have a great night. Have a great week. So thank you so much. Bye-bye.